Hey everyone, it's Trader Rob. As promised, I am creating an updated video on my oil strategy that I take each trading day, showing you all of the conditions, the rules, and what setups validate the trade and what setups invalidate the trade. Let's get to it right after the intro. As always, nothing that I state on my channel is financial advice. Trading futures or any type of trading is risky business. Any capital that is put out there is at risk for loss. Okay, so let's go over my oil strategy. This has been a strategy that I've traded for about the last 6 to 7 months with really good success. It actually kind of really got me into this whole rules-based, condition-based trading where I take pretty much all discretion out of my trading, and it is more of a mechanical strategy. Now, the beauty of these type of strategies that I put out there, if you're a trader like how I was prior, where I was extremely guilty of constantly over trading and constantly revenge trading, well, strategies like this don't allow you to do it because there are very set, very specific rules and conditions to get into trades. And anything that you take outside of that, you already know that it's not in your it's not in your condition, and you then will you get into a trap of constantly over trading. And that, I think, as traders is one of the biggest issues that traders have in becoming not profitable. And let's go over the rules and the conditions for this oil strategy, and I'll show you how easy it is, and then I'm going to show you how I trade this each and every morning in NinjaTrader and how you can also set this up in on a TradingView chart. So let's start off with the conditions. Okay, so there is two sessions in oil that I look at. There is session 1, which is from 8 in the morning to 9 in the morning Central Time. Okay? The second session is from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Central Time. And I am only allowed to take one trade per session. And it's the first setup that occurs. And I'm going to go over all of the rules and conditions, and I'm going to give you guys examples. What this strategy is looking for is an inside bar. Now, an inside bar is a bar that fits within the previous candle. Now, I consider an inside bar even if it has an equal high and an equal low to the previous candle. Okay, so this is example number 1. This would still be considered an inside bar, which is this red bar. Let's say this was an indicator that was painting an inside bar for you. There you go. That would demonstrate that. Another and more common example of an inside bar is obviously a candle that fits within the previous candle that has a lower low and a lower low and a lower high than the previous candle. Both of these are inside bars. Now, if this bar was one tick higher than the previous, that is not what we're looking for. And you're going to say, Rob, why are we looking for these inside bars? Well, what I have seen in the market, specifically in gold and in oil, obviously oil is the one that I'm going to be showing you now. There's going to be another video that I release on gold, an updated video. Well, what I have noticed in these markets is that price action gets to a point where it really starts to consolidate. It really starts to kind of, it starts to pent up demand, and the market doesn't necessarily know in which direction it wants to go. And what I have found is that if we can put an entry order to go long at the top of the inside bar or at the bottom of the inside bar and let the next bar determine which way the market wants to go, you have a better than 50% probability that you are going to get that push or that thrust in the direction that you're looking for. So that is the general premise on the strategy. Now I trade this on the 5-minute time frame, so that's important. I already gave you the time sessions that I traded on. Remember, my times are Central Time, so please adjust to whatever time zone that you're currently in. I always ignore the first inside bar in session 1, meaning that if the first bar between 8 a.m. and 8:05 is an inside bar, I automatically invalidate that trade. And the reason why I do that is because I use the previous bar as a source bar to factor in my take profit and my stop loss. I'm going to give you guys examples of it. But if we were to take that first 8 a.m. to 8:05 candle, my source bar would be pre-session. It would be 7:55 to 8 a.m. candle. That is invalidated, okay? So just remember that, ignore the first inside bar if it's the actual first candle that shows up in your session at 8 a.m. For session number 2, which again starts at 9 a.m., you can trade the first inside bar, so meaning that 9 a.m. to 9:05 candle, as long as you're not in a current trade from session 1. And we're going to go over examples of this. Which one you're going to ignore? Well, you would ignore the last inside bar of session 2, meaning that if you get an inside bar at 9:55 a.m. that closes at 10 a.m. and that is an inside bar, that invalidates it because our entry would then be at 10:01. And that is outside of the sessions that I am currently, remember, maximum 2 trades. My take profit and my stop loss is going to be based off of the source bar, which is the bar previous to the inside bar. And I'm going to give you guys some examples of that. Now, it's very simple on how I factor in my stop loss and how I factor in my take profit. Any trade that is 40 ticks or higher, I automatically reduce my take profit and my stop loss down to 35 ticks. Trust me, people, this works. And then for indicators, if you're on TradingView, I've got the 2 indicators that I'm going to be showing you guys here. First one is Custom Trading Session Highlighter. All it does is it just paints the 2 sessions, the 8 a.m. to 9 and the 9 to 10. So they're separated and you can clearly see in what session that you're on. There is also an inside bar indicator that just simply paints inside bars. And then if you're on NinjaTrader, I'm going to show you guys a few different indicators. Well, the one that I use is Trade Devil's order entry. And then I also use the TradeSaber inside bar indicator. So those are what I use for NinjaTrader. You get those too. I'll even show you a free one here because this order entry one it does cost me some money. Or it did cost me some money, and if you want it, you'd have to go on their site and also purchase it. But there are some free versions of it and some other ways to get into this trade. So let's just take a look really quick at the charts. Let me just open up TradingView first. All right, so TradingView, I am looking at Friday, March 15th. Okay, the date of this video is March 17th. So here you go. So you've got your sessions colored in. So green here is from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Okay. And then you've got your gray that is from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. And here are the indicators that I have. I've just got 2 indicators. I've got no EMAs. I've got no other filters, confluences. It's a very simple strategy. For the first one, if you go to indicators, you put in Custom Trading Session Highlighter. You'll see that it's this indicator right here. Add 2 of them to your chart, okay? One of them is going to be from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. and the second one is going to be from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. The second indicator that I use that I really like on TradingView is my inside bar indicator. For that one, you're just going to type in inside bar version 2 or V2. And here it is. So it's this first one right here that comes in. You honestly don't even need to do anything to the settings on here. The inside bars are gonna paint in just like how we're trading it. All right, so let's jump into an example, our first example. So we get an inside bar here that forms at 8:05 and would close at 8:10. Okay. Our source bar, which opened up at 8 a.m. and closed at 8:05, would be what we determine our stop loss and our take profit to be. So essentially what you would do is you would have, once you have this inside bar that is formed, you would put an entry order to go long right at the top of the inside bar. You would have an order to go short at the bottom of the inside bar. You set these two up. Let me make this one straight. You set these two up and you just are waiting for price action to determine in which direction it wants to go. These are going to be set up as OCO orders, which means an order canceling an order. Meaning that if you go short, which in this example we do, this order automatically gets canceled out. Okay, so it's not like we're going short and long on these trades. We're setting the orders once this bar closes, and we are just letting price action determine which way it wants to go. Now that we know we are going to be going into a short, as this candle right here would pierce our short entry, we're going to say, well, how do we now determine what our stop loss and our take profit is? Very simple. I'll get my position tool here. We would have gone short right at the bottom of this candle. All I'm going to do is I put my stop loss at the top of this source bar right here, which is 28 ticks. Now, what am I looking for as profit? I am looking for the exact same thing, 28 ticks, 1-to-1. Okay, so that is as simple as it gets. Now, let's go into session 2. Session 2 at 9 a.m., you get an inside bar from 9 a.m. to 9:05. Now, this is a slight variation because in session 1, you're not allowed to take this first. Let's just say that this first candle here was an inside bar, which it's obviously not. But let's just pretend that it was. Well, in this scenario, you would not get in this trade because you would be using the candle that's from 7:55 to 8 a.m. as your source bar, which would determine your stop loss and your take profit. And that is pre-session. So that is invalidated, no setup. Okay. Now, for session 2, it's a different story. If your first inside bar, meaning from 9 a.m. to 9:05 Central Time, is an inside bar, and you are not in a trade from session 1, meaning that we got into a trade here, 28 ticks, 28 ticks, you hit your take profit on this candle right here, we are not in a trade anymore. So once this inside bar forms, guess what? You're in, okay? You are now into this trade. And same scenario. You would have your order to go long right here, and you would have your order to go short right here. Just like that. In which way does price action go? Well, it obviously goes to the long. It penetrates this order that you have here to the long. This order to go short obviously cancels out because we are using OCO orders. And now all you need to do is factor in what your stop loss is and what your take profit is. Well, if I move my stop loss to the bottom of this source bar right here, it's 22 ticks. What is my target? 22 ticks. Your trade is profitable and you're out of this trade. It's very, very, very simple system. Now, the only variation that you're going to see on a take profit or on a stop loss is, let's just say that this source bar here was super high. Okay, it was much higher than what it is. And this is going to make you then bring your stop loss to, let's say, 42 ticks. Okay? Well, in my rules and my conditions, anything that is 40 ticks and higher, 40 ticks and higher, I automatically reduce my stop loss to 35 ticks of take profit, 35 ticks of stop loss. Okay? Trust me, people, these conditions have been back tested like crazy, and they work. And it helps you obviously with risk and with the average size that oil moves. Okay, so it will definitely help filter out some trades for you there as far as the size, the risking size there. So another scenario that you might find is, let's say that this last candle right here, okay, which let's say would be your 9:55 to 10 a.m. Candle. If that is an inside bar, so if this thing was painted yellow and it was an inside bar, which is obviously not, but for example purposes, let's say it is, there is no trade. Because your trade then would be outside of your 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. session time. We are only taking one trade per session, maximum. So you will only have a maximum of 2 trades in oil every day. Sometimes there is no trade in session 1. Sometimes there is no trade in session 2. It's rare, but it does occur. Okay, and at that point, you might only get 1 trade, you might get 0, but more than likely you're going to get 2 trades per day. Now, that is the original strategy, pretty much with all of the rules and conditions, which are very, very simple. Currently, I am only trading session 2, which is from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Okay, because the 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. for the last, well, pretty much since I've started has been absolutely on fire. But session 1 for the last 2 months has not been performing well. So a nice thing about this strategy is that I create a video every single trading day that shows the results of session 1, session 2, and I record my trade. So you guys can go in, and if you have a question, oh, I wonder if Rob would have taken this trade, or is this the right setup? Was that source bar the right, was that the right inside bar? Well, you can see, you can go back any day that you want, that you see on a chart. And if you have a question, just go on to my channel, go to that day, look at the video, and you're going to see each and every trade. Okay? So that will help you. So currently, I am only trading from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. So I am only trading session 2. The rules still are the same. If it's the first inside bar from 9 a.m. to 9:05, I am in this trade. Okay? And it's only 1 trade for session 2. That's it. So that's how you would set it up on TradingView. You can obviously connect your brokerage account to it, and you can trade this very simply that way. Let me show you now how I trade this in NinjaTrader. And this is how I take these trades every single day. There is 2 indicators that, let's just say that there's 1 indicator that I think you should definitely get, and that is going to be the TradeSaber inside bar indicator. Now, if you go to TradeSaber's he's got a YouTube channel, he's got a Discord server as well. He does offer this indicator for free. The guy is freaking awesome. He's one of the gems of YouTube for trading and helping out traders. So again, fantastic. It's a great indicator. So this is what paints these as inside bars. Red just means that it's a down candle, but it's still an inside bar. You can see here that it closes. It's got a lower low. It's got a lower low down here and a lower high than the previous bar. So again, very, very simple. I'm looking at the exact same date here, Friday, March 15th. And how I get into the trade. So this is now the order entry side of NinjaTrader. I purchased an order entry system from a company called Trade Devils, and they are pretty popular with NinjaTrader indicators. You can go to their site. It's not free. There is a cost to this entry model. Now, TradeSaver has a free version of an entry that is similar to it. It is very similar to it. I have just always used this indicator that I purchased. I love it. It makes things very, very easy for me. If I want to buy anywhere on the chart, I just click chart, put it right here at the top of the bar, and that order is entered in. Okay.
Order canceled.
There's also a quicker way for me to, because again, these inside bars, you're going to get movement. That's the whole purpose of them, is that you get this movement that just goes right through the entry order. So you have to be quick with these sometimes. Sometimes they give you some time, but other times they're very fast. So it's much easier to have something ready. Let's just say this was your inside bar, it closed out.
Order submitted.
You would have an entry to go long right there, and you would have an order to go short
order submitted
right there. And these are OCO orders. So it will, once price action goes up, it gets you into a long trade. This order automatically cancels out. Okay?
Order canceled.
So let's get
order
these.
Canceled.
And then I'm going to show you another way, which is a very, very quick way of getting in. And that is with this buy up and sell down buttons. Now what this does is that, let's just say you've got about 5 seconds. I'm going to run you an example. I'm in playback right now through NinjaTrader. So I'm going to run you through this example of session 2 on Friday. And let's just say that you've got about 5 seconds left on your timer. Very important to have a timer on your chart on NinjaTrader. It doesn't come as a default, which I find very weird, but doesn't. Let's just say that you got 5 seconds left on this candle. Okay. I'm just going to blow this up so we can all see it. I would assume that this is going to be an inside bar, okay? In 5 seconds, it would be very difficult for price action to go very, very quickly. Sometimes it does, but literally, within a second, I can get into this trade by pressing in buy up.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Sell down. So what it does is it puts the orders at this source bar, which is the bar that we're going to use for our stop loss and our take profit. But once this bar closes, these orders will automatically drop to the top and the bottom of this candle. So it is the absolute fastest way to get into this trade manually. I do trade these manually. If you stay to the end of the video, I'm going to show you how you guys can get the strategy for NinjaTrader that will get you into these trades automatically, which is probably the fastest way of getting into these trades. So stick around to the end, and I'll show you how you guys can get that strategy for free. So that is another way. So let's actually run.
Order canceled. Order canceled.
Let's run this scenario. We've got about 1:19. Let me play our playback. All right, so let's speed this guy up a little bit. So again, you're just watching price action, and you're getting close to the where the candle's going to be. Let's bring this down. I got 7 seconds left. Here we go. Buy up,
submitted.
sell
Order
down.
Submitted.
Now you're going to watch how these orders automatically went to the top and the bottom of this inside bar. Okay, so you are in a setup right now. Now you're just waiting to get activated to the long or the short, and you will see in whichever direction we go, the opposite order will cancel out. I guess I could speed this part up. I'm just sitting here waiting for it. All right. So I've got it sped up here now. Let's see in which direction it wants to go.
Order canceled.
There we go. So we get activated into a long. Now I'm going to move my stop loss to the bottom of our source candle, and it says that it's 22 ticks. Okay, so I'm going to move this down to 22 ticks, and that's going to be my, let's see here, One more tick down. There it is. So I've got 220 bucks, which is 22 ticks on the CL of take profit, and I've got 22 ticks of stop loss. Remember, stop loss is always placed at the bottom of this source bar. And now you're just waiting. You're just waiting for price action to do its thing.
Target filled.
There you go. And then you got your take profit, and you're done for oil for the entire day. Now you get to wait for tomorrow to take the next trade. So you can see how these buttons here, the buy up and the sell down, very, very useful. The buy chart, sell chart, I also use. It's extremely useful. So that, again, this indicator is through Trade Devils. You can go to their website. It's just called Order Entry. The inside bar is through TradeSaber. And if you like that indicator that has got the position sizing and how much your take, I don't understand why Ninja does not give you the option of seeing what your take profit and your stop loss would actually generate in money or in ticks or in points. It's kind of strange to me. Well, that there is an indicator that is also on my Discord. It's a free indicator that someone coded for NinjaTrader that's pretty much called position sizing, and it'll help you figure those. It just makes those labels look much, much nicer on there. So that is, let me just put up the rules and the conditions again. So again, you got 2 sessions. I currently am only trading 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Again, if you join my Discord, I give updates as to whenever I'm going to be changing a session or if there's any type of tweaks that are done. But this is the most up-to-date oil strategy that I have. So it's put in all of the small tweaks that I have done over the last 6 to 7 months and have now condensed it into one video to hopefully answer the majority of your questions that are out there. The indicators are labeled here, and the rules are here. If you want to take a screenshot of it, it's also in my Discord. Now, if you would like the strategy that has been coded by one of our amazing members, again, you know who you are, you're freaking awesome. All you got to do is subscribe to my channel, leave me a like, and just let me know that you would like the strategy, which would automatically get you into these trades. I know a lot of people in my Discord use that strategy. I like to trade this thing manually. That's just me, but the strategy does get you in, and it's got the conditions already pre-built, so it takes a lot of the guesswork out. But that is only for NinjaTrader, okay? But I showed you how to do it in TradingView. It's super easy. And if hopefully that you find some value from what the videos that I'm producing out here. If you are, again, please like the video, hit the subscribe button if you haven't, and leave me a comment below. Let me know how you've been doing. That's what I've got for you guys here today. Stick around. I know that I just released my Rob reversal. I've got 3 strategies. It's the only 3 strategies I trade. The oil strategy, which I just showed you. I've got a 15-minute Rob reversal, which is an NQ trade that I take. It's been extremely profitable. So I created an updated video on that. And the only one that's left now is in gold. All the links to my strategy are below. Link to Discord is below. I'll see you guys soon. Happy trading.